Whew. Bear with me, I'm a little bit exhausted. Thanks to, what happened last night with, watching the Go Big Show, and because I was lazy, I didn't clean up last night. I just got up super early and just been cleaning that stuff. I'm done now, though. And that's good. That's actually part of my high right now. My low is the fact it got cold again. Although, surprisingly, it got slightly more tolerable throughout the course of the day. It went from like -3 to like in the 30s. Now it's like, 25 or whatever, which, that's not bad. I'll take 25 over -3 any day. I mean, it's so cold, and I'd rather have none of that, but what can I say? We're in late January. Whew, excuse me. So, at this point, beggars can't be choosers. So, let's see. What was my act of kindness? Well, my act of kindness is going to be right now. Shout out to the owner of Peas Macarons. It is her birthday today. Happy birthday. Hope you have a wonderful day. And expect a little gift outside of your front shop door. So, there we go. Okay. I guess to add also to my high, I did set up my goal of writing things down from yesterday's episode of Hot Ones and the Go Big Show. I set out that goal and I did it. So, let's talk about that, shall we? Good morning and happy Friday, everyone. So, just no point wasting time. Let's check these out. So, let's see, where do I begin? I think I'll start with Hot Ones. I wrote a little, it's a Word document, so, hold on. Gotta fix them real. Hold on a second, what the... Right. I remember what happened now. So, now what the... So I'm trying to open... Where is it? Here we go. Hot Ones Notes. Okay. So, yesterday Tracee Ellis Ross was on. And, basically, bear with me. This is the first time I'm legit doing this. So, bear with me, because in trying to write, these down, I tried to sort of, paraphrase the answers a little bit, as well as paraphrase the questions. So, for example, when Tracee Ellis Ross was on yesterday in Hot Ones, the first question Sean asked, because, she has been on a lot of sitcoms, what distinguishes a good sitcom from a mediocre one? And she said, over time, the audience grows to care more about the characters as well as maintain the charm it had from episode 1 to the very end, whenever the series finale is. And then I thought to myself, wait, that's literally all of the greatest stories ever written. Think about it. Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I mean, yeah, some elements of the story over time, sort of, ebb and flow, valleys and peaks and whatever. But it's true. Again, take Harry Potter, for instance. From the first book or the first movie, you fall head over heels over the charm that the wizarding world of, Hogwarts and Harry Potter have to offer. And throughout that series, it maintains the charm. Not to mention, especially in the movies, you literally see the characters grow before your eyes. So, there you go. Seriously, you'd be surprised. Wow, I think I actually learned more writing this down than if I didn't write it down. Let's see, okay. Number 2, Sean didn't really... The second question, or the second house, Sean didn't really ask a question. Really, it was she asked where, the guys find the sauces for the Hot Ones lineup. And Sean's like, they usually spend more time than you think. Like, I literally walk in, and there's, like, lots of bottles of hot sauce that are being tested. These two guys named Noah and Chris Schoenberger are, like, dying from what they're having. So, there you go. She talked about her time being, on Lifetime's The Dish as TV girl, and she sang the theme song for that. And she loved doing that. She talked about her alter ego, which is Teen Murder, and the most perplexing rap she ever came across. Although, here's the thing. In Dakota rap lyrics, she actually learned that it really takes a lot more skill than you would think to write a song, any song. So, again, it was a great learning experience. Obviously, they got to explain that Graham. And they literally talked about a fashion show that she went to with Naomi after going to see Sarah Burkhart in concert. And then they went to Madonna's house afterwards. I know People Magazine likes to point out that celebrities are people just like you and me. But I want to go to that party. I would have been like, actually, no, I don't think I was born yet. Never mind. Let's see, she talked about costume and character designers such as Michelle Cole and Joan Clayton. Funny thing, though, is she actually loves Frank's Red Hot, which, if you don't know, Frank's Red Hot is essentially one of the fuel and lifebloods of any upstate Western New Yorker. For those of you who don't know, it's, in fact, fun fact, that's what the original Buffalo Wings were made with. Yeah, seriously, the original Buffalo Wings were made with butter and Frank's Red Hot. True story. So, needless to say, Sean asked, would any hot sauce ever replace Frank's? The answer is no. And then she talked about how, as a kid, she'd snack hack with Linder's mini bagels. I don't know what they are. But she had like 4 of them with butter, 4 of them with cream cheese, and something called Temp-T. What's Temp-T? And she had 2 with Temp-T and jam, and the rest were with butter and cinnamon sugar. She talked about how she traveled a lot, and the audiobooks that she recommend are The Eyes Are Watching God and Heavy, which is more of a fast listen. Let's see. She talked about how she went to Brown for acting school, and she talked about how her watershed moment, or her most important moment, was when, like, the class did an exercise that involved the person about to jump off the roof and, like, using your whole body to act and stuff. Okay, I get it. I mean, now I think I do. I have a watershed moment myself. Actually, you know what? Full disclosure, I do have a watershed moment. It was when I realized that I really could be a voiceover actor, and that was back at Trinity Calling. But that's a story for another day. Actually, I have told that story already. Okay, I'll tell it again another time. Okay, and finally, like, for the last dab, Sean pointed to a hot sauce, and she had to come up with, like, a character, an act like that character based on the sauce. And that's what she did. All in all, it was a very good episode of Hot Ones. Very nice. I can't wait for next week. And now we get into the Go Big Show. So, basically, you have a guy who does parkour over cars, essentially, or tumbling, whatever, or power tumbling, versus the biohacker who literally pulled a rope out of her body, have T-Pain hold one end of that rope, and have Cody jump rope with that. And, like, the rope was, like, coming out of her chest. Literally out of her chest. It was dope as all hell, I'm not gonna lie. So she obviously won. Then, Rolla Bola versus Leroy Patterson, which is basically a guy who can stack anything round and balance that, versus a wrestler who can take a lot of pain, who made the stupid decision to call out Cody. And one thing I really haven't been touching upon when talking about the Go Big Show is, don't get me wrong, I love these judges, but they can be savage when they want to be. They can be objective. And I guess if you really are looking for the Simon Cowell, I'm going to have to say it's probably Cody. No offense to you, Cody. You're the man. But, like, it really doesn't, well, then again, I mean, the guy's a professional wrestler. You know, you gotta, it will take a lot to impress him. But roll the whole one, of course. And here's the thing. The final act, or the final showdown, was between these two people named Christopher and Stephanie, who were essentially an aerial duo, who held on to anything with their hair. They had very long hair. They were hanging in the air, attached to a giant aerial ring via their hair. I think that may be what wound up happening in the end, because the Kamikaze Kid, pretty obvious, he just drove like a very much unsafe car into a bunch of other cars, which was really cool. But Christopher and Stephanie like got injured and they had to forfeit, so the Kamikaze Kid got to move on. This is a good episode. I'm not gonna lie, I was thoroughly entertained. I mean, I have to point out one thing. Cody was absolutely right. Leroy Patterson easily had like the worst act ever on the show. It's just basically a guy who like stapled himself, jumped onto a table full of thumbtacks and take a lot of pain, trying to emulate like professional wrestling. And don't get me wrong, Cody said like, it may be the worst act I've ever seen, but I can see you really do have a love and passion for the sport of wrestling. So if you promise not to take any of that with you, you know, any of this pain stuff with you, I'll put in a good word for you for like the professionals. So there you go. I guess it's a happy ending. Although honestly, I'd feel really more. Here's the thing, I'd be relieved that someone like Cody would give me like a chance if I was in that situation. But I'd actually be more embarrassed by the fact that he literally said that I had the worst act ever. If I was in that situation, that is. But regardless, this was a fun episode, man. I had a blast. Totally worth going to bed at 10 o'clock for. And for those who don't know, it's just 6:12 in the morning. So I don't even have 8 hours of sleep. For that matter, I don't think I even got 6 hours of sleep. But I knew, but you know what, some things have to take priority, like, you know, tidying up around here. So I did. Let me set this down real fast. Get out of the way. Hold on a second. You know what, I'm gonna do one thing before I go. I had this file open, but I never legit saved it. So I'll save this documents. You know what, I think I'll call this, if it loads, Go Big Show Notes. There we go. Now we're cool. Alright, let's set this down and sort of prepare for the signing of the author. That came out wrong. Anyway, any takeaways for this whole week? Well, I guess it started off kind of rough, but it got a bit better, I suppose. Let's see, what else? I don't even know anymore. Honestly, as of late, the only thing I've really been doing is you know, thinking about the next day, maybe. I guess, you know, it is the weekend, so we're finally on Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. Man, the owner of Peas Macarons is going to have the best birthday weekend ever. I mean, birthday is essentially the weekend, man. It's on Friday. That way you can party all you want and almost not have to worry about work the next day. I don't know. Anyway, once again, happy birthday to the owner of Peas Macarons. You rock. Expect a gift on your shop door front later this morning. And, yeah, I think I'm going to get on with my day now. Like, favorite, chat, the subscribe button, follow me on social platform, videos on YouTube. I enjoy home this video for all of you guys watching Joe for today. I'm going to be a wonderful, wonderful Friday. And remember, if you guys want to talk a challenge, we'll be here to let you know. Always, everybody, take care and make good choices. See ya.